Yo, it's nothing else to do. Lox, Kaireem, we're back again.
We are live, people.
Obviously didn't post last week because we were out living it up for yours and Ryan's birthdays.
Yeah, it was, man. Yeah, really good time, man. Like, went away. It felt like a holiday, but we just went to a completely different city.
Yeah.
It was really nice, man. I really enjoyed myself. What about yourself? Did you?
Yeah, it was good, man. Nah, I know what you mean though. It was like because we went down on the day, did like this, that,
Yeah.
all in like one day. It was like it just felt like we was there for ages. Like generally when I was coming back, I was like, I feel like I haven't been home for ages.
Yeah.
I was literally not home for about 20 hours.
Yeah, trust. Nah, I did feel like that. I got tired really quickly. Then that's why I said to you, like the other day, I was like, bro, it took me a while to kind of get back into the routine of things.
Mate.
It felt like it was weird.
As you get older, man, it does, doesn't it? It just hits. Like you don't even realize that you're getting old until like something happens that makes you feel old.
Yeah.
You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Like I'm there and I'm like, nah, bro, I'm only 25, like turning 26.
Yeah.
I'm young, like, I'm doing this, and then all of a sudden it's like 3-day hangover, and I'm like,
Bro, with me,
so
it's
old.
do you know when I realized it? For me, is when my younger brother, like sees me like after a little gym session. Yeah, you know when you get the blood pumping, man, you look a little bit like, yeah. He's like, yo, Kai's wham, you know, and I was like, what?
Oh, what, like the what's the word? Like the vocabulary of like younger people now. Is that what you're
Yeah,
about?
like this sort of slang term, basically. Like he was basically saying I was like jacked, I was big, innit?
Yeah.
But when he said wham, I went, what? I was like, what is that? He goes, oh, it's big. Like, you mean like you're big? And I went, oh my God, I'm getting old. And all my brothers are like, you're aging now.
No, I know.
You're out of it. And I was like, bro, I don't know slang no more. Bro, it's scary.
Yeah, but the thing is, mate, like even people our age, obviously, we know a few people that like
Yeah.
speak with like certain words now, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What have you just said? Like, where does that come from? Where's that word? Do you know what like annoys me the most? Yeah, is it doesn't really annoy me. Like it's not like I'm sat there like troubled by it at night, but it's like when people take words and use them for the opposite of their meaning. You know,
that's like
bear.
everything, bro.
Oh, like I got bare money, but
Yeah.
bear actually means nothing,
Yeah.
or an animal.
Or like
Is that,
peak.
where's that come from? Yeah, like peak means the top, but like that means something bad.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that the case?
Bro, the English language is random. How people just literally interpret it how they want to.
They do.
And then they're extending stuff
get
or
this mic
adding
right.
things. Have you seen that one? Like, I've seen this all over TikTok where people be like, "Yo, the sun is sunning today." I swear I seen Footer like do it with like Chunks, Young Philly, and like Della Rose. They were like, "Yo, I hate this whole new trend where people like the sun is sunning today."
Oh, I know what
Or
you
like
mean.
the mix is mixing today.
Yeah, the Monday isn't Monday. And
Yeah.
like other Mondays. Like,
Yeah.
What are you on
What
about?
are you talking about?
Talking about like stupid stuff, bro. Like, this is a good question for you. What is your least favorite TikTok trend at the moment? Obviously, you know TikTok's the thing,
Yeah.
bro. Mine's that thing. Oh, it's that. Is it Nikki? And it's like, I don't know if you've seen it. It's like, it's the bad bitch Shanma.
Nah.
No one fits on the roster.
Nah.
Oh my God.
Is that a thing?
Bro, go on TikTok right now and listen to it. It's so annoying.
Bro, I've never heard of this, man.
Just put in go into like the search and put in like you're not on the roster, and it'll come up.
Yeah,
It's
that
so
might have been it
annoying,
there.
bro.
You're
Not on the roster. It's like I think it's Nikki, and she did like an interview or something, and she's like, it's a bad bit genre.
oh my God. Not on a roster.
It's so dumb.
Is that it? Oh my God, look at the way it's spelled.
Like,
Oh my
bro,
God, nah.
it's so annoying, bro.
Actually, I want to know if everyone heard that, bro. Let me do that again.
Genre. And it's
Oh
like always
my
like a girl
God.
sat down, like looking like prestige or something, thinking that they're like something else.
Oh my God, nah. That reminds me of what it is, bro. I guarantee you this is where it started from. The whole iCarly girl, like Miranda Cosgrove, I think that's her name. Is it Miranda Cosgrove? When she did that thing, I do swear a lot.
Oh,
What do you
I
say?
actually do
Yeah.
cuss a lot.
yeah.
Bro.
It's that. I swear, anyone that says anything in the interview, they just take this snippet of it and just make it a
Yeah.
trend. Oh my God. I can't think of like what I would dislike. Like I can't think of anything. Oh, I've got something actually. I'm so glad I thought of it. I'm not sure if you've noticed this, man, but it's driving me insane. It's very rare when it does pop up, but these women that are like breastfeeding on TikTok.
Oh, I
Have
haven't
you
seen
seen them?
that. No, I haven't
Oh,
seen that.
bro, this pops up randomly now and then on my TikTok, and everyone's like, "Oh, like if I went to the toilet and did like a number 2, or should I be posting it on like
Oh, I know what you
TikTok?"
mean.
Which is it's not a problem. Like obviously, probably gonna dig myself a hole now. Breastfeeding's not a problem. Such a natural thing, man. Like go and do it. No one's gonna argue with it. But not everything should be posted on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got a similar opinion. It's like, I got no issue. You know what I've been like for my whole life. Is like, I've got no issue with like people wanting to do anything, like whether like the non-binary community, LGBT, all of that kind of stuff. I don't mind. Like, not that I don't mind. Like, I'm giving them permission. Like, it doesn't bother me. But it's when they feel the need to make such a big deal about it. Like, I understand that a lot of them have to be accepted and that kind of stuff. But it's like, you're making a huge deal of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was a massive campaign about like breastfeeding, this and that and that. It's like, just do it. Like, it's fine. Like, it is what it is. There's always going to be someone who has something bad to say. There's always going to be someone who has something good to say. Man. Just do it.
This generation, honestly, bro, I can't even describe it. There's so many mad things, but you can never not say the right thing.
Yeah.
Like anything you say is against it. It's against it. I remember, I think I saw this video on TikTok. If someone's saying, I think I liked it. This guy was saying something like, this woman basically asked this guy, like, would you like pay on a first date? I think it was something like that. I want to see if I did actually like it.
There was one that like
I don't think I could find it.
What was it? I can't remember now. I had a question that I was going to ask you, and then I was so focused on listening to what you were saying, I completely forgot the question. What do you think's the biggest from your knowledge, like what you're thinking about, like the biggest mess up on like social media that you've seen?
Biggest mess up. Well, talk about previously my thing. I can't remember it. So we'll move on from that. The biggest mess up.
Yeah. So like, I'll give you my example, for instance. When PewDiePie dropped the N-word on stream.
Oh Lord.
Like, that was such a catastrophe for him, bro. Jesus. And I'm thinking like, do you have any other examples of like people that have like been doing really well and then just messed up like that?
I don't think I can actually think of anything on the top of my head. I was thinking maybe Speed.
But that guy's weird, man. That guy actually infuriates me.
I can't think of anything about Speed, like, as in, like, has he ruined his career? I don't... What? Who can I think of? Maybe Deeejay's girlfriend?
What does she do?
She was basically in, like, a stream chat, whether it was a Twitch chat or not. And she insulted, like, this black guy. I can't remember the type of conversation, but there was something else being said. And she said something like, well, like, at least I'm not black, or something like that.
Oh, wow.
And it was weird that she said it, because obviously Deeejay was her ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
My bad, ex-boyfriend to her. And that's KSI's brother, like, they're black people. So it was like, why are you insulting a black person when you've just been out or going out with some black person? It was very weird. But after that, she got cancelled. Like, everyone hated her.
Straight away, yeah.
And then Deeejay put up a video on YouTube. It said, just talk about the situation. Yeah, we broke up. I've got nothing to do. And I was like, shut up. Yeah, you probably have.
I find Deeejay, there's certain YouTubers that I find so weird, man. And like Deeejay, what's his name? Speed.
Yes.
Deeejay Speed and what's the other guy that I find really weird? Is it Cal Freezy?
I see what you mean.
The goat's mouth.
Yeah, that's his name.
They just creep me out, bro. Like Deeejay just does weird. He used to be so funny. Like when I used to watch him on KSI streams, and they used to do like the brother like doing horror games and all that. It used to be quite funny. And, like he used to do the odd banger, like good video. But like now it's like, you're just weird, bro. You're just weird.
I agree with you. I feel like he's missed his spark, or like he's missing his spark. I'm not sure what he's trying to do, especially with this whole boxing thing. Like how he's like...
Just keeps getting punched up. He just keeps getting punched up
He's
just going in and getting beaten up.
Yeah, it's really disappointing. Like from my view of it. Obviously my view is not like the right view. I'm not sure about your opinion of him. But yeah, it's disappointing to see. Because he's done so well and he's built up such a good reputation. Like he at the start, he was kind of known like, my bad, I can't even speak. He was kind of like known as like KSI's brother. Then he became his own kind of character. Then people known him for Deji. And then I started to, well, from what I've seen, I felt like he was slowly falling off. And like now with the whole boxing thing, is he even said it in a couple of videos, he's not taking it seriously. And then he's just losing and losing and losing.
But I just feel like him, it's like, oh, I got beaten up at boxing. Oh, I'm not taking boxing seriously. Oh, I'm really into boxing. Get beaten up at boxing. Oh, I'm not taking it seriously. My heart's not in it. It's like, well, why'd you keep doing it then?
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you've told us about 9 times now that you're not in it. You got beaten up however many times. And then it's like, you just keep going around. But talking about boxing, did you see the fight? Tyson, Fury?
No, I got told he won, like with an uppercut. He knocked the guy out. I got told. I saw it on the internet. I don't know why I said that. And what is it? He gave up his like boxing career, or like he's retired or something like that.
See, that was the weirdest part. So like, I saw that he said he was going to retire, but then just after the fight, or it may have been before the fight, I'm pretty sure it was after, he spoke to, I think it was the heavyweight champion of UFC.
Okay.
And then said that he like basically hinted at them going for like a little fight or something around that as well.
Oh.
So I'm not too sure if there might be another thing on the cards. I think he might specifically be retiring from boxing, but bro, I don't know if there's ever actually been a boxer or someone high up in the sports industry that has said they retire and actually retired. Like, I don't think it's ever been the case. I think everyone comes back.
Yeah, no, definitely. Though I agree with you on that. I do think he will come back. Whether it's going to be like a one match kind of thing, like Mayweather with the whole Logan Paul thing, like there would have to be something that would have to make him want to fight again. Whether it be like money or whether it just be like, oh, listen, just I don't know, because the fans want it. But I saw a clip of him talking in an interview. I think it might have been after the fight. I don't know. I just saw the clip, and he was naming all these belts he's won. Yeah, and he was like, "I've done it all. Like what else is there for me to do?"
Yeah, so I saw that as well in the conference. But yeah, I don't know if he will. I kind of, to be honest, in terms of like showmanship, I don't really think too much of Tyson. Like, he's quite funny. Like, oh yeah, use a bum, you lot bums, or all that, the usual stuff. But like, no one could ever beat Conor McGregor.
Really?
Bro, the way he was on TV, the way that like he brought UFC into the light, kind of like, for me specifically anyway, like he did some funny stuff.
I thought UFC was already big. I just thought he was just another kind of fighter that was just in the limelight at the moment. He probably brought a lot of audience. Let's like for an example, I probably didn't watch like one or two little matches. My bad. How do I word it? I probably watched one or two matches because of him. Because I was like, oh, Conor's fighting. Oh, okay, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. Maybe he brought a lot of people like myself who don't tend to watch UFC into the UFC like kind of audience kind of thing. But I thought UFC was kind of big already.
No, it was. It's been big for like years before McGregor. But I think in all sports, this is just my personal opinion, but I think in all sports there's always like one person who gives it like a massive boost.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, specifically for the UK, I think when AJ was getting big, he did well for boxing.
Yeah,
like he brought a lot of limelight onto boxing. Conor brought a lot of limelight onto UFC. Yeah. Tyson Fury obviously has brought a lot of limelight onto boxing because of what he's done. Like, fair play to him. Like, you got to take your hat off to what he did.
Yeah, he came out of like boxing, innit? Like ages ago.
He was like heavily depressed.
Yeah, something like that.
Put on like masses of weight, like basically hit rock bottom, and then literally transformed from that to the heavyweight within, I think it was 2 years or something. It was crazy. Crazy, bro.
Mad. But the thing is, didn't he have like, this is my view of it, even though he was in that state, and obviously he's not a state anyone should like ever really be in, did he actually come, like, what am I trying to say? Like, did he already have the connections to get back into the business? That makes sense?
Yeah, so he was big. He was a big boxer anyway. I think, I don't know too much specifically about him, but I'm pretty sure he was the champion. Then obviously he came out of it. He was heavily depressed, like basically lost his way completely. And then and then he came back out to fight again, but he came out of the pressure and then all of that weight, he literally like slimmed up, came good. And then obviously there was that iconic fight where he gets like the Bronson Bomber to the face from Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Literally, pretty much he's out cold, and then he just like rises back up. And then I think they drew that game, and then he wins the next one. But it's crazy. I wouldn't want to take that punch.
That was a hit, bro. That was a swing. Oh my god.
They call it the Bronson Bomber.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah. So like he's been known for that punch. Like he's got one of the strongest punches. Yeah. He's done a few people with that. So.
Bro, and he got back up. Jesus.
But Wilder's like. He is exactly that. He's wild, bro. Like, I don't think he actually has much like boxing tactics. He's just a powerful guy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Jesus.
I saw a video. I can't remember what it was. I think someone was talking to him in the gym, and he always had a fight in the gym as well. And I was just thinking, I've never ever. You can never pay me, bro, to go and take a punch from like him, take a punch from any of those people.
Bro, talking about that, this is kind of getting off topic, but. I don't know why this is gonna crack me up, but have you seen that video of this guy in the gym, this big black guy, like more width than obviously height, and there's like bare police officers there, and then he's like arguing with them, and they're like, "You need to leave." He's like, "Nah." So they taser him, it hits him, and he rips off and goes, dead.
I've seen loads of those, like people just like getting tased for these things and just pulling them off.
Bruh.
I don't know if they're as powerful as they actually make out.
I don't know.
Must feel weird.
Nah, I personally do think like if you get tased, like it's like, I don't know, like it's gonna hurt, like proper hurt, I guess. But I guess some people's threshold is different.
Yeah.
Like some people can handle some stuff. Like some people can hold a hot plate after, like, let's say they cook some food, put the food onto a plate and just walk over to the kitchen, like even just hold it for a little bit.
Bro,
some people can hold it and calm.
Mums.
I'm not like that. Like I touch, I'm like, I cry.
Yeah. Well, there's that video in there. I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok again. It's like different generations how they react to putting stuff in the frying pan.
Maybe.
Have you seen that?
And it might be the same person.
It's like mums from like obviously like 80s, 70s back there, like touching the oil, licking it, like flipping it. It was obviously a joke, innit? They're like this, putting their hand in the oil, like cooked oil, and then it's like it jumps back like 10 years or something, and then it's like they put it in and they like step back, and then it jumps back again, and he's got like a shield. He like chucks in the hides with a shield. It is joke, but it's true though, bro. Like I remember watching my mum cook.
That's got me, bro.
I remember watching my mum cook, bro, and she was doing the most with this stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was just like dropping potatoes into like boiling water, and I'm thinking, that hurts. Like that hurts like hell,
bro. My mum, I'm not sure if your mum ever did this, ever did it when she grew up, but like whenever she used to cook food for the family, my mum used to take a little bit off the spoon
and eat it,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
Like,
they put it back in.
Like you give it to me you put it on the plate, you walk it over to me on the plate. I mix it up and it's still too hot to go in my mouth, but you've taken it straight out of the frying pan. Like, why is your mouth not burnt right now?
And then she still cooks with the same like spoon. And like sometimes I'm like, yo, you can't do that. Like your mouth's touching it. She's like, oh, we're all the same. Like who cares? Like, and she carries on. But then if you try to do it, she's like, hey, I slap your hand. But like, you can't do that. I'm like, what?
But I got this like real stupid thing about me, yeah. So like it's on the same topic. It's quite funny. So you know when you go to like restaurants and then they hand you the plate and they're like, oh, be careful, the plate's like too hot.
Yeah.
Bro, like out of my pride, yeah, even if it's too hot, I'm gonna take it out of her hand, yeah. Even if it's like burning me, I'm like, I just look her dead in the eyes, I'm like, ain't hot. Like, you hear my hand like sizzling. I'm like, I just have to do it. As soon as they say, don't worry, it's too hot, I have to take it. And I have to put it down like a man. Even if it's like like burning off my fingers. But I remember there was this one time I went to pasture and she brought over this, it's like a little I think they call it cabbage on the coals. It was like a side, and it came in this little like microwavable like black dish, and she gave it to me. She's like, "Be careful, it's hot." And I went like this, bro. And as I grabbed it, I swear to God, you heard my hand go. I was like this. Thanks.
Smell that burning flesh, bro.
Honestly, as soon as I touched it, all you hear was. I was like, ain't even that hot.
Nah, they are like honestly, man. People were built different back in the day. Like, I tell you this right now, man. Before I came here, my dad obviously has got someone basically like kind of just doing up the kitchen a little bit, and they're like good friends. But anyway, this guy was like, oh, could you help me? Because my dad's like, oh, I go gym. He's like, oh, he's just strong one in the house. He goes gym. So he's like, oh, he can help you lift this thing. Bear in mind, my dad did help at the end. I didn't realize he was going to help.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to describe it, but it looks like a basket, but it's a giant metal thing. Like, it's probably like the size of this living room, basically. And like, you see it, if you saw it, you'd be like, oh, I know what it is. Like, sometimes you might see it like a skit, but they just chuck stuff in it. And it's like a massive like metal thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm on about or nah?
No. I just said yeah. I just didn't want to leave you there, bro. Like, no. So I was just like, yeah.
Right. So, anyway, he's like, we need to move it. I'm like, all right, cool. Bro, my hands, yeah, I go gym, but my hands are baby smooth, yeah? I'm not built like him because he's like a tradesman. He's different. He's like in his 60s. So he's like, oh, we need to lift it, bro. He's picking it up, 60 years old, like the Hulk, bro.
Yeah,
I'm grabbing it. I'm like, bro, this ain't moving.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it's the heaviest thing I've ever lifted in my life.
There's a big
it's pure
difference.
metal. Like, if you saw it, you would know what it is.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous. I'm like, bro, this guy's picking up. Different, man.
Yeah, bro. Nah, there's a big difference between like muscle strength and like actual strength.
Yeah.
So like there was this I watched this this YouTube video before, like this big gym guy, like a body lifter. He went and like basically he went rounds and he just challenged certain people to do certain things to like challenges. So like he challenged a fisherman to like see who could pull the rope the fastest. Obviously because fishermen like always pulling rope to get fish in. He had like mad strength for this. So this bodybuilder's like doing this, and this fisherman's like, whoa, like super fast. Like, he's doing it much faster, much easier than him because it's just in his like he's done it every year or every day or whatever, for however long. So he's just got much more strength for that. Whereas obviously if that guy was probably to go into the gym and try and put that strength into lifting weights, he probably wouldn't be able to do much with it. Do you know what I mean?
I said to my younger brother, I was like, the difference between like, this is my thought of it. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but this is my thought. I was like, the difference between like me going to the gym and like someone like that man who's like a tradesman, like his whole life, is like these equipments. They have like these kind of like adjustable kind of like stuff on it, like these grip kind of stuff, or like some people use charcoal, like to obviously like use the machines and obviously use the weights. It's designed in a way to like help you like grip it. And, like obviously it's not natural things you have to lift. There's no like gripping. Like let's say this table here, me picking it up would be a little bit more different than me picking it up like with like let's say some gripping stuff on it. I don't know how to really word it, but you know what I'm on about.
I know what you mean.
And I said to my brother, I was like I have stuff like that, and then obviously on top of that, bro, like my hands are not naturally like rough like his. I'm like, he like been doing it for years. Like his hands have adapted to like what he's been lifting and all this stuff. So his like, it's like if you swam for ages, or you know when you're in the bath for like hours and you have these weird wrinkly like fingers. Like he's just adapted to it so much. Like for him, he's got his own grip. Like he doesn't need to get like another. He can pick that thing up. And I'm like, bro, I ain't nah. I was like, that's the heaviest thing I've ever lifted in my life. So strong. I was like,
it's just different strength, isn't it? It's just different, like just different. I don't know. They are just different.
And then, bro, he wants me. This is never gonna happen. I didn't realize how heavy that machine was. So he's like to me, yo, I need you to help me lift this massive steel pole when it comes here.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I need you to help me because I don't have the strength. After seeing him lift that, I'm like, bro.
Do it one hand.
Yeah.
You could do it yourself.
I'm like, I ain't got the strength, bro. So yeah, I'm quite scared because he goes, if you drop it, he goes, it can kill you. I was like, oh, thanks for the reassurance, man. That's great.
There was like, my mum used to tell me this like story. I don't know if it's true, but like, I think it might be true, but it's something called man strength. So you hit a certain age and you just become stronger.
Oh, okay.
So like, I don't know if there's any actual scientific evidence for it, or if there's a legitimate term, or if any of it's actually real. But apparently, you just get to a certain age and you just become stronger. Like you just generally become stronger, like just because you're getting older. Like I said, I don't have anything else to tell you apart from that. She just told me it. I don't know if it's true or not, but like there was like, I do remember like obviously in the gym getting to a point where where I just felt stronger. Like I was stuck at this certain way. Nothing else changed in terms of my diet, training, anything. I could just start lifting heavier. I could just start lifting more. I could just start lifting for longer. I don't know. It just started happening. I don't know if it's because my body got used to it, or it could have been that because obviously, like, just getting older. I don't know, but
I think the best way to put it, I'm not the smartest guy, so I don't know if I can word it right. But like naturally, like as you grow older, obviously your body gets a little bit larger. Obviously, you're not as young as you used to be. Your muscles obviously are going to get a little bit larger, like depending how you grow. And I think that's just a natural kind of thing. Like when you're 15 years old, let's say you were struggling to lift this table. If you 5 years later, when you're 20, that table's going to be light.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's just like natural. Like I think that's what she means. That's just your natural body, like getting naturally stronger.
yeah, just as you age.
Yeah. I think that's what she means. Because other than that, like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know, bro.
It doesn't even exist, I swear.
I don't know, but all I know is that when I was 16, I was like, yeah, bro, hit 25, I'm the Hulk. You know what I mean? I'm thinking all of a sudden I'm about to buff. I'm about to be like, boom. I'm hitting I'm like, I don't need to worry about gym because I'm gonna hit a certain age and just be strong. You know? But I'm still waiting for it. Obviously,
I just clocked on. It's all that testosterone. That's what
what I'm trying to say. I don't know if there is any scientific backing for it. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
But
obviously, we're not wording it right. I don't think. But I think what you're saying is 100% true. Because I watched a Steve Harvey clip and he said he's he's got loads of kids, but one of his daughters and one of his sons. He said there was a point where his son was a lot smaller than his daughter, and his daughter was constantly beating him up. Then he goes,
if I got beat on by talking about beating on by girls on tangent,
can I
when that woman
this?
bounced and messed me up in Cardiff.
Oh yeah, bruh. You mean when you had your hand on the table?
No, if you don't like it, bro, you can leave. All right, I'll leave. All right, that's it. Smash. Just for everyone that's watching, basically, I got beat up by a woman bouncer at Cardiff.
Yeah.
She put my hand behind my back, threw me against the wall, everything, just because I basically disagreed with her opinion. And then she said, if you don't like it, you can leave. So I said, okay, I'll leave. And then she just messed me up.
Bro, let's actually expand on this, actually. Not obviously you getting beaten up.
Let's talk about it. I need people to hear what I've been through.
But like the nightlife itself, bro. Like bouncers, bro. Like recently, I'm not sure if it's me, but I feel like they're getting worse now. I feel like they feel like they can do whatever they want. And I don't know what it is, bro. Like they actually think they're God. Like like obviously the situation with yourself, obviously all of us had to leave, but that situation was the dumbest situation of why we got left or why we got kicked out. It's like, what are you? You're just trying to cause trouble. You want something to happen so you can cause it and be like, oh no, this happened, blah blah blah. Like you're I don't know how to word it, but it's just dumb. It's just dumb.
I like the way that I see it is quite a unique way of looking at it. But it will make sense to you is that I always see it that like the way that the bouncers are in a venue, it explains what kind of venue it's at.
Yes,
That I think so. Like, it explains how much they're being paid.
Yeah.
How easy their job is.
Yeah.
How long the job is. So like somewhere like 10 Mill Lane, for instance, a really nice venue inside. Good atmosphere. The people in there were good. But at the same time, that place is open from 10 until 6 a.m. So some of these bouncers could potentially be doing like 7 hours straight of just trying to cut people out. I don't know as to how much they're being paid or anything, but then if you take consider, like for instance, anywhere like in the triangle, so like Embargoes, Gravity, Brass Pig, for instance, all the bouncers are nice as hell.
Yeah.
Do you know I mean you never have any issues with the bouncers there? So they must be paid well, and they must not have difficult jobs.
Yeah.
I've always seen it like the more stressful like the bouncers, and the more aggressive, I think the worse the places that they're bouncing at personally.
That makes sense. I think I agree with you on that. That makes sense because there was a mix of like the crowd was a bit like, how do I word it? Let's say from obviously Bristol, it was kind of like a mix of the Den and like Embargoes, or like the mix of the Den and Gravity, or just like a kind of like a Gravity kind of thing. Like you could see those people from all over the place.
Yeah.
And there was like different type of people from all different type of areas. So it wasn't like a pure classy place. Because I've been to London once and I went to Mayfair. Finn invited me. I can't remember the name of the like venue we went to, but it was a bougie one.
Yeah.
Like it was not a bougie, but the people that went there, bro, had money basically. And bro, these people were the nicest people ever.
Yeah.
Ever, bro. Like they were pouring all my mates like drinks and stuff like that. Like pouring that. I was like, yo, like what the hell?
Just all sharing.
Yeah. Like you know how like generally you like pour your own drink. Like they had a lady there doing it for us. I was like, yo.
The thing is that
like it's a bit mad.
Ever since the lockdown situation, town hasn't recovered. So town was the first place to get hit by it, obviously,
yeah, of course.
And it was the last place to be released by it. So like if you remember when everything else was open, you could go cinema, you could do bowling, you could do this, you could do that. You had to go and sit down at a table in town, and you had a curfew of 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So like hospitality got hit harder than anything, and certain places just haven't recovered. So like Wells hasn't recovered. Wells got hit massive.
Bro, after getting kicked out for something so dumb, they haven't covered for anything.
They haven't recovered, and now certain places. So 10 Mil Lane, I know for a fact 10 Mil Lane. Obviously, I know the manager of it, and I know the vision of who he wants in there. Yeah. And typically speaking, if you look to the people that are on the tables, it's all people with money. Yeah. All people relatively chilled, whatever. But the problem is that like these venues now, they don't have that flexibility. They don't have the choice of saying no, you can't come in, no, you can't, no, this. Yeah. Same as Gravity. If you remember Gravity before lockdown, it was all of our lot. Do you know what I mean? Like bottle poppers, money spenders, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like slightly more urban crowds. Now it's just dead ass students.
Yeah.
Students all the time, which is nothing wrong with students, and they wouldn't normally reject students, but they wouldn't normally turn away students, but what they would turn away is the dress code. Yeah. Now they've slimmed down the dress code because they can't afford to basically say that 60% of all the people that are in town can't come in. They can't afford it at the moment. So like, come next year, I reckon come next year, hospitality will be in a position where like you can start affording. It's like same as Opa. Opa was like 21 and above. They wouldn't accept anyone under 21. Now like you have any age in there. So I reckon come next year, town will be busy enough again so that they can have that choice of who they let in and what they want and that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I hear that because because I've been into Gravity once with my like snapback, like backwards as I got it now. Yeah. And I've said like I've had no issue. Like I've walked around it calm. So like you could tell that it's kind of died down with the casual with the type of clothing you're allowing. Yeah, definitely. Especially like people just wear any shoes now. Because I remember there was a point where Gravity wouldn't let you in with a certain shoe. Like they'd be like, no, you have to have these type of shoes. You have to these.
You weren't allowed. Yeah, anything with Nike tick. Anything like that, you weren't allowed.
Now they just let anyone in.
They've which is mad. They've changed it a lot. So it's like they never used to let people in with like shorts and stuff like that. Obviously, summertime is always relaxed anyway because it's unrealistic when it's like obviously when there is a good summer in the UK. Unrealistic to say that you can't come in. You have to like be fully dressed at 10 o'clock at night because it's still quite hot. But yeah, they've relaxed a lot. Like every venue has. But town is slowly picking up again. It is, and obviously come September we have another whole set of students again.
Oh yeah. So bad people come to Bristol, man. Students love it.
Bro, they do. Well, the thing is that we've got what have we got? 2 or 3 unis.
Yeah,
we got a music college, which obviously not every city does.
We got a music college where?
Yeah, DBS is called. It's down by the Cabot car park.
Yeah.
There's a music college there.
I thought it's not called DBS, is it?
It might be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's DBS.
It's definitely something. I can't remember it. No, I do. Yeah. I know what you're on about.
Then you got obviously all of our colleges, and you got UE and you've got UOB. Yeah. And UOB is UE and UOB are both very big, bro.
Yeah, massive, man. Loads of people come here.
Oh yeah, it is. But it's good though. It's good. Like the thing is, for me, being obviously a DJ, I almost prefer student crowds nowadays.
Yeah.
They're just more fun, bro. Like,
of course,
they get thrown out because they're all drunk all the time, like majorly drunk. But like when they get thrown out, they just go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like there's never any fights or anything. It's just stupid things. Like last night, someone went to jump on someone and then just fell down and just cracked her head off the floor.
Jesus.
just poof, straight down. Bro, I got a video the other day. Someone did a backflip in the club.
Oh,
yeah, it was so sick, bro.
Oh, damn,
so sick. But
that's hard.
But yeah, I reckon give it another year and we can try these places again, and you'll see the clientele that they actually want in them because they'll have that flexibility of saying, look, listen, we don't want those kind of people in these venues. It's not that kind of venue. And then it will be specifically the people in the venue. And I think what you'll probably find is that a lot of bouncers will be a lot more relaxed because of that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Because obviously dealing with like different cliques, different people jam with different people, and that can also cause like different. So embargoes, not so long back, obviously on Wednesdays, you know that I have a society in. And then they started letting locals in, and the locals were like not jamming well with the society because the society are like drunk and flamboyant, and the locals aren't. So there was like feuds because of that.
Oh, really?
Because they weren't clicking properly. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So like it's just something that you don't even realize, but it happens. So
mad.
And then obviously then there's the music difference as well. Like locals will want more urban, maybe potentially more urban, potentially more old school. Students love a bit of cheese, bit of sing along, that kind of stuff. So but yeah, massive tangent. But what were you saying about Steve Harvey?
Oh, yeah.
Something to do with the gym, wasn't it?
No, something to do with the whole like testosterone, because obviously like you're on about like this man strength that kicks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, to be fair, it's not massive. It's not a massive thing. He was just literally saying, bro, when his daughter was like a little bit taller than his son, like one of his youngest son, she used to beat him up all the time. And then it got to a point like when he turned 15 or when he turned like 18, like he grew up, like he shot up, he got tall really fast. That like manliness kicked in, and bro, like he couldn't, like sister couldn't beat him up. Yeah,
because
like,
he was
just like strong differently. But bro, yeah, that was ages ago. Man, I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, no, it was only because we went on a little tangent again. But obviously, I wanted to talk about like gym motivation, bro.
Oh, okay, all right.
Like, so it kind of rolled straight on, but then obviously went on some huge tangents.
Yeah, calm. All right.
But, bro, I don't know what it is, man, but like, I've just lost my motivation recently.
Yeah,
I just lost it, bro. Like, I'm not any busier. I'm not any more tired. I'm not anything. I don't know what it is. It's just, I think potentially it might be the gym that I'm at.
Oh, okay.
It might be. So like the gym's quite hot. You as soon as you go in, you feel very warm. There's not a massively big gym. I've never really been someone to train on my own either. I used to train with obviously Ryan all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't have that like sort of secondary push of, oh, I'm not going to gym tonight. Oh, well, you're a bitch. Why are you not gymming? That little conversation. Okay, I'll go. Yeah. I don't know what it is, bro, but like I've been doing well. That's the weirdest part as well. That's the weirdest part about it, is that like I've actually been doing well. I've been hitting PBs. Visually, I'm looking like where I want to look.
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to do a bit more cardio now because I'm putting on weight, which means I can afford to do that. But like overall, just I feel like I'm going gym to tick a box of saying I've went gym, rather than I'm gonna go, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. No,
I know that you went through a similar stage, didn't you?
Yeah, like what I think it is. This is my view of it. I wish I was like, when you can explain something by giving an acronym or an example. I wish I was that clever, man. I can never do this.
I know what you mean.
But I think I'm gonna try my best. All right. I think it's kind of like a job. Like when you get a new job, or when you get like a new console, or when you get new clothing, something brand new in your life that happens, and you're like, oh, because it's so sick and so interesting. Like for an example, I got a new phone. Yeah. Like I just always want to be in my phone. I don't need to be in my phone all the time. It's just a force of habit. Like, oh, something new is something new. Something like, I don't tend to have this. It's something new. Like when you get a job, you're like, oh yeah, like I want to keep on going. Like, oh, bro, I enjoy my job. People be like, how's the job going? You'd be like, oh, I love it. Yeah. Like you just want to constantly go. I think it's like that with the gym. I think when you first start going to the gym, whatever your goal is, whatever your target is, you're kind of like, yo, I'm going to the gym and I have to go to the gym because I want to get these results. Like I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to build muscle. I want to just improve my cardio, just naturally be a bit fitter. Whatever it is, you're going to constantly go. Then I think once you pass that mentality, that like barrier, it gets to a point where it just comes a routine. Like when you waking up having breakfast all the time, like it comes to a point where you're just constantly like, it's just, oh, I have to wake up and go gym now. Oh, I have to wake up and go gym. After work, oh, I have to go gym. Like, it just comes like a forcible thing, not something you're looking forward to go to. I think that's what I think it is. I think it's a mental thing where that new feeling has gone and has faded away, and now you're trying to force yourself. But with you, you've been going for like years, innit?
Yeah,
so, like, this is not like something for you to be like, oh, like, oh, I can't be asked, because you would have felt like that a couple of years ago. To you, it should just be like the new norm. But I can only think that might be the situation now. Like with me, as you said, because obviously it happened to me. Yeah, like there was a point where a couple of weeks ago, maybe like 3, 4, maybe a month ago, I kind of crashed mentally.
Yeah.
And I was just like, bro, I can't be asked to do this. I can't be asked to do that. I just felt tired. Took like a couple of days off. I didn't even go for a week actually.
I remember you took a week.
Yeah, I took a week off. Because I was like, bro, I'm just drained. Like I can't be asked. Like it's weird. Like in my head, I saw it as it wasn't fun, or it wasn't that new feeling to me anymore. I had to go because I had to go.
Yeah.
Like, I looked at my body and went, oh, this doesn't look well. That doesn't look well. Oh, I have to go to maintain this and I have to go to maintain that. That's what I think it is personally.
Yeah.
If that all makes sense.
No, it does. Yeah, I think what's important as well though to understand is that like it's actually generally okay to take a bit of time off.
Yeah.
Like people get in their heads and they're like, oh, I'm not gymming as much as I want to gym. Like I'm gonna lose this, I'm gonna lose that. Obviously, like the actual facts is that it takes 6 weeks to build and 10 days to lose a visual gain. But it's actually okay to give yourself that time and say, look, listen, I'm not feeling it this week, so I'm gonna take the week off, but I'm gonna go back. I think as long as you've got the mentality that you can take some time off, but then you do need to catch up for the time you've lost. I think you'll always be okay. Like this week, for instance, I was like, you know what, look, listen, I think I went gym on Tuesday, had a good chest session, was meant to go yesterday, ended up doing a bit of YouTube review, oversleeping in bed. I was like, look, I'm not going to go tomorrow. I got a bit done. Today, probably won't go today. But then I'm like, look, listen, I'm going to go tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll be okay. But at the same time, I'm sat there and I'm like, if I don't go tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, I will just pick it back up next week. It's okay to like have that break. Like people put so much pressure on themselves to say, nah, I need to do this, I need to do that. And yet, to some extent, it's good to have that mentality of like, do not sit down, just push through and get it done. But then it also is good every now and then to have a mentality to say, there's no point in forcing yourself to go do half-ass sessions. Wait until you're ready to put your all into that session, and you'll actually still come out at the end of it with the same results. So I kind of took myself this week and I was like, same as you really, I was like, I'm probably gonna go, it may be half-assed, but what I'm gonna do this week is I'm gonna make sure everything else around gym has been caught up on. So obviously like housework, like the flat. I've done loads in the flat to tidy up. I just got my Hoover and I got like loads of actual washing to do. So I'm doing like loads of that a day. So I'm gonna do loads to basically make sure that like all of that's done. And I've also been eating very well. So I've been upping my creatine. I've been making sure I'm eating passing my macros every day. I'm upping my vitamins and stuff. So that basically next week I'm gonna do the same thing and hit gym. And I'll probably come out of it at the end of it still the same.
I'm a bit like, with what you said, I'm a bit 50-50 on it, because I think personally taking rest is very important. They say that's quite a crucial thing when it comes to working out and exercising. Like you should definitely be taking rest. The reason why I say 50-50 is 'cause, like, I think the stuff you mentioned, obviously, at least I'm keeping active by doing this and doing that, and obviously still eating healthy by doing this and doing that. That all makes sense. But like any type of workout is better than no workout. Like even if I wasn't gonna go to the gym, or if I did go to the gym and only like put a little bit of effort in, and I lifted something, I was like, you know what, I could have lifted a lot heavier than that. I could have done another set on that, and blah blah blah. At least I've still gone. You know what I mean? Like,
See, that's where I disagree.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
So I believe myself. I think the gym, in terms of like, if you're just to do a split of the actual active gym, I think the gym is like 40% strength and what you're actually doing physically, and 60% in your mind. So I think if you go, listen, I'm gonna push myself through. If you're the type of person that's been like, look, listen, I'm led in bed, I don't need to be led in bed, I can go gym. And then once you get in the gym, you're going to be like, right, I'm here now, let's get it done, let's smash it. That's different. But if you're in that mentality where you're like, I'm not really feeling gym at all, so you go to gym to say, look, listen, I need to go gym because I need to be at the gym. And then you get to the gym and you don't give it your all, you could mentally damage yourself. So like, let's say for instance, I go into gym, I'm like, I normally lift 90 kilograms on chest. I go do a half-hour session, I can't make it past 80. Mentally, I've hit myself because I haven't hit what I normally hit. So then when I next go into the gym, I'm going to have a negative view on me doing chest press again, because the week before I didn't hit where I was. So I'll be like, oh, I'm obviously weaker.
That's a weird way to think of it.
You know what I mean?
Bro. No, I get it. I get it, but that's a weird way to think of it. I think that's random. Like, I can go to the gym. Let's explain what you explain. Let's say I didn't hit the 90, but I hit the 80. Like, I'd be like, you know what? I may have not hit the 90 today, but I did, like, let's say 5 reps of 80. Cool. That knows, like, next time I can, like, adjust that, and obviously make sure I can hit the 90 next time. Because at the end of the day, my muscles have still been worked out. My brain knows the feeling of hitting 90, knows what it's like, but, like, but I don't know how to word it, but, like, my brain's had a sort of, like, my mentality's had some sort of kind of feel what that weight feels like, what 80 is. So then obviously when it goes to next week, it knows it can push it to 90. I don't know if I'm making sense right now.
Yeah, but let's say, for instance, like, you're consistently hitting 90 every week you go.
Yeah.
Then you have an off week and you go and you struggle to go over 80, and you're already feeling negative about the gym because you're not feeling the gym. That mentality of you not hitting what you normally hit is only gonna, like, snowball and avalanche your negative view on the gym.
But that's with anything, though, isn't it?
Like, that's what I mean. Yeah,
that could be
the
with anything. Like, when I tend to write music, like, it's more of a hobby thing. There could be some days where I just have writer block, and I could just be stumped, and won't be able to write anything for like a whole week.
Yeah,
and
but
obviously the week after I might be like, oh, it's kind of back again.
That's probably a different example. Let's take the other example of, like, let's take the example of the series of events that made you essentially give up music, or potentially give up music. So you released one song and it did very well, and then you released another song that did well, but then you released one song which didn't do too well. So then the next song you released, you were like, oh, Josh, like, my previous song didn't do as well as I thought, so I don't know what this one's going to be like.
Then
that song didn't do very well.
Yeah.
Arguably, what may have happened is that the quality and the effort that you put into making these songs took an impact because of the previous bad performance of the song.
Okay, yeah.
So instead of taking your time off and waiting until, say, for instance, something positive happened in music and then doing another banger, you kept pushing your songs, even though they weren't doing specifically what you wanted to do. And slowly but surely, your like love and passion and your energy for the music slowly went down. And arguably, there was a comparable drop in the popularity of your music as your energy levels and want to do music went down.
Yeah. All right.
Whereas, like, you could have took a step back, for instance, and then, like, waited, which is what you did in the end. You took a step back and then you came back out with another song after having some time off, and that song did really well because you'd reset yourself.
Yeah.
So let's say, for instance, like, I'm really, really not feeling gym, and I've been saying it to you how many weeks now?
Probably like 2 weeks, I think, for what I can remember.
So let's say, for instance, for argument's sake, I just completely scrapped off gym for 2 weeks. Arguably, I could go into gym and smash the hell out of it for like 7 or 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Whereas me pushing myself through it right now, I may just be getting half-ass results for the next 3 months.
All right, yeah.
Because I'm continuing it, and because I keep going into the gym and not doing what I want to do. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. I'm not good at putting examples. Like, you know what I mean? That example now goes like, oh, all right, yeah, I see what you're saying. Starting to make sense now.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, mate, people talk in different ways.
I talk in a dumb way.
Like, it's not,
no one understands what I say except for me.
Yeah, no, we have been victim to trying to understand what you're talking about.
I thought you were gonna back me.
No, I can't back you that one, bro. I gotta agree with you on that one. Sometimes you come out with stuff and you're like, nah, like, bro. So I'm thinking like this, and this fully makes sense. And I'm like, bro, like, what have you said? Like, what are you thinking about? Like, but at the end of the day, bro, we always end up getting to the end of it. Whether you get a little bit of help with someone else taking your words and refining them to something that you're actually trying to say or whatever, we still get to the end. So it's not like you're like, can't communicate with you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But like, yeah, like your mind is a very unique place, I think.
I think like, I have dyslexia. I can't even say it. Dyslexia. I don't know in what way, but I think I have it.
You can do tests online for that now.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can actually, if you Google like dyslexia test, there's like online tests that I don't think it will tell you a definitive answer, but like I think it does a number of tests, and then it says you could potentially have it. So it does tests to see how your brain reacts to certain like maybe words or numbers or something.
I might do that. I might do that after this.
Find
actually,
out.
yeah, give it a little go.
It's very good. It's very good. Like that's one thing that I took a massive interest into. Was it last? No, not last year. The year before. You know when I had that really really bad year of lockdown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like obviously start of the year I had everything, end of the year I had nothing. I took a massive interest in understanding like myself. So I actually did like it was only little things, but I did like a hearing test to make sure my hearing was right. Went and got my eyes tested, found out I need glasses for reading or whatever like that. So all this stuff that I was ignoring about myself, but I took a massive interest in understanding myself and what I like and what I actually do. So you remember I used to be a massive extrovert. So I used to always love being around people.
Yeah.
Never like my own time. It actually turned out that it wasn't that I didn't like my own time. It was just that I was so used to not having my own time that I spent it with everyone. But now it actually turns out I do love being on my own a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Not a lot of the time, and it's not even like I love being on my own. So basically everything I just said was just shit. But
contradicting yourself.
It's like I like being as a person with no other people around. But I will go on COD with my friends all night, I could play a game on here with one of my friends all night, and I enjoy doing that. But then if my friend was to be around, eventually I'd be like, I would like you to go. But I wouldn't say it to him, obviously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I learned that about myself, whereas before I used to literally just consume all my time with being out, seeing someone, doing this, seeing someone, on the phone to someone, on FaceTime to someone, all the time. It always had to be around another person. I realised that it's not actually something that I like. I think it's a really important thing, mate.
Yeah,
to
bro.
be honest.
I love being on my own. But now I hear what you're saying. It's good that you learned that now.
Just understanding yourself,
You
know what I mean?
Like, it is better as yourself, bro. Then you can just be a bit more like calmer in your mind. But personally, bro, I love being on a lot of people hate me. Not hate me. That's a strong word. But like probably dislike that I don't reach out a lot to a lot of people. Like everyone said in the past that I don't obviously message them and all this stuff. I'm like, realistically, like my view of it, I'm like, well, there's probably so many views of it or so many points, but probably the top three I can think of is one is I love being alone. That's probably that. Like I just love being by myself. Like I love just chilling, doing stuff. And like the second thing is I'm waking up going, what the hell am I gonna do today? I don't tend to wake up and be like, all right, cool. What you gonna do today? What's Jack gonna do today? What's Matt gonna do today? What's Amy gonna? Like, I don't like. That's not my number one focus. I'm like, what am I doing today? Then if I got time and if I clock on, what's Amy doing today? What's Jack doing today? What's Matt? You know what I mean? Then I'll hit people up. But every single day I'm like me. And plus mentally, like I've always been like this. You and me have had deep chats about it, but I've never really been happy, especially in a certain like criteria, which we won't get into.
I know what you mean.
But I've always like battled that kind of stuff in my head, and it's always been like that until I see like a physical change. This is where, you know, when I said no one understands me except for me. This is where I need to like start learning stuff and like waking up a bit more from it. But man, being alone, bro, like it's one of probably the best things, man. I love being alone.
Yeah, I kind of like this year I've been like down the route of like I'll get what I need to get done, and then I'll be open if I have time after that to see people
that's
and do whatever.
Yeah.
But like there's a few more bits and pieces that I do with my time now, so I'll get that done rather than being like the previous me would be like, I'll go see people and then I'll get the stuff done as and when I can get the stuff done. Now I'm like I'm gonna quickly get it done, and then I'm free. And everyone accepts it. Like there's that other mentality is like, you know what I mean? It's like people be like, in my head I was like, people are gonna hate me for doing these certain things. Like people are gonna dislike me. People will not want to see me as much. But it wasn't the case. People just are like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? That whole like facade in your head. It's like, if I switch up on everyone, they're all gonna think that I'm an idiot, even though realistically, the stuff that I'm doing is just normal. That's like mate, it's a massive thing. But yeah, like I think I noticed a big change in you since, obviously, you know that like you're back a couple of years ago, your idea of what was happy and what was being like doing well was obviously wrong, and now you're not really chasing that stuff that we used to speak about. You seem to be a lot like
I'm trying to think
more
about it.
like you know what I mean, like you know, like town life, getting certain things, bits and pieces done in town. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing well with girls, that kind of stuff. Like you used to obviously be like, because you're not doing that, it means that you're not doing well.
Yeah, I see.
But
what
now,
saying.
like you're like you don't care about all of that stuff. Like you don't really care about like you care about getting successful, and then later on you're gonna care about that. Whereas before you were like, success is that.
Yeah.
And now you're so much better from it, I think.
I agree with you, man. Like I tell you what, like I think a lot of that phase was when I was in like during the like Carthen phase. When I lied to you, like probably a few years back from that, I was mad like depressed. I didn't think I realized it. Like I was depressed without, like I said I was depressed, but I didn't think I actually realized I was actually depressed.
Yeah.
Because I would always come into that store all the time, and I used to speak to the manager. I used to say, I shouldn't really say this, but I used to say, bro, I just want to die, man. I don't want to be here, man. I don't want to live and stuff like that. And he was like, there was a point where he spoke to me. He goes, bro, you know you've been saying this for like 3 years now. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, you've been like, I go, have I actually been saying it for 3 years? He goes, yeah, you've been saying it for 3 years, man. I was like, yo. I was like, damn. He goes, you're just not happy. And when I left that company, nothing to do with the people that worked there, I started to feel a lot more happier. Like I felt a lot of stress come off my shoulders. I felt a bit more like free. I kind of I felt like I'd fallen into a little bit in a trap of it, kind of when I was at GDS a little bit, not massively, but just the type of pressure the company had.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, like whether it's because I've gone over 25 now, or I don't know what's hit me, I don't know what's kind of switched in my mind, because my mindset has fully changed, as you mentioned. Like I'm now like, nah, I want to get the bag, basically, or a reference or metaphor to that, whether that be like me having a successful career in anything. Entertainment would be the number one goal, but in anything, having a good body and all that stuff. And yeah, not to be dwell up on these like other stuff that I used to be dwelled into when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to win from that, man. Like everyone knows, this is my view of it. I'm not sure if you agree, but everyone knows when you achieve these 5 things, whether it be like your physique, whether it be your career, whether it be like some sort of reputation, just general, like if we were doing what we're doing, like good with money, stuff like that, like other stuff comes to you. Other stuff like ticks, like you having good money would mean that, oh, okay, you can get your own place, or you having a career will build some sort of reputation.
Yeah.
Like if you're that person that's in entertainment, you're gonna get better connections, all that stuff. It just ticks everything else, and then all this stuff is just gonna come to you without you trying to force it. But you can't try to get that stuff if you haven't got that stuff, or try to live that sort of lifestyle if you're not about that. I don't know how to really word that, but
I know what you mean. No, I get what you mean. I'm trying to think of something like to quickly like summarize that topic up, but no, it's what is it?
I'll probably just chat rubbish. I'll probably just waffle.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's like the bottom line of it is that if you know yourself, I don't know how this has got so deep.
Trust.
Bro, I'm like moving Gandhi on this, bro. If you know yourself, you can determine what makes you unhappy and what makes you happy, and then you can change that. Whereas if you don't know yourself and you take no time to understand yourself, you're never going to be able to change it. So like you took a little bit of time to yourself and you understood that essentially when you work in a sales-based environment, you're not happy.
Yeah.
And now you don't do it. So now you said to me, when I look for my next job, bro, I'm not going to be in sales. I'm not going to be doing this because it doesn't make me happy.
Yeah.
And that's ultimately what drove you down, is that going into a job where you're pressurized to hit targets by you using a means of selling, it's something that made you unhappy, and it took you so long to understand it. But as soon as you did, it switched up on you. Me, myself, I probably felt like I was maybe in autopilot doing loads of hours and stuff. And I felt like maybe I felt happy, but maybe I wasn't happy because I was spending so much of my time with other people. I was never being able to deal with just stuff that I wanted to deal with on my own. And now I'm happy. You know, like it's important. It's important. Yeah. I don't know why it's got this deep, but if anyone's going to take anything from this, if you feel like there's something that's nagging at you that's just not been dealt with, try and take a little bit of time to understand yourself.
Yeah.
And then try and determine that, like the factor that's bringing yourself down by you understanding yourself, and yeah, you might be better.
No, definitely. Yeah, taking time for yourself is massively important.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Yeah, basically, man. what you said. Yeah, if anyone does get any help from this or learn something from this, yeah, like just literally take the time to like, maybe it could take, listen, it could be like a year, a couple of months, couple of days, like it could take a while, who knows. But yeah, take the time to yourself and understand what you really, how do I word it, what you really want to achieve.
What's
Or,
inside you?
as you said, bro, what makes you happy, man? Just get rid of the distractions, focus on the aim. People that are young, save money.
Easy.
Right? Listen, this is the biggest thing I can give to anyone who is young at all, bro. Save money. I spoke to this girl before I got the coffees earlier. The girl at the coffee place. She was like, yeah, I've been like really bad at saving money, like being my boyfriend and trying to save money. I'm like, how old are you? She goes, 20. I'm like, save money. Listen, if you're saving money from 20 to the age of 25, you will be a millionaire. Not literally, but like, how do I work? I can't pronounce it. Not literally, but if you save money, bro, you can do so much. You can invest into stuff. 5 years is a massive gap. Sorry, massive, like, just massive. 5 years is just
Massive. It's massive.
It's just massive. But like, if you take the time, 5 years, you could do so much. You could change your life. If you save up, let's say 20 grand in 2 years, invest and put a deposit into like a house or something, or just invest into it with something, then like go into something else. Like, listen, if you honestly, that is the number one goal. In 5 years, you could change your life. I wish I had that mindset. The mindset I have now, I wish I had it when I was 20.
See, I don't agree with that.
What?
Yeah, you know, I've always been different. Yeah. See, I've always, the thing is, I've always come from a position where I've had to earn a lot of money anyway. You know that. I've always been in a position where I've had to earn good money to pay for stuff that I had to do from early ages. You know what I mean? So I've always had a different mentality. Like, money's good. Money can help you do a lot of stuff, but then there's other ways around it. Like, if you look at like students are prime examples, right? Students are prime examples. They purposely put themselves in a position for between 3 and 5 years where they have no money.
Yeah,
they live broke. and that's not so that they can save money in the future. That's so that they can go into a high paid job early. Yeah. I don't believe that if you're earning low money, you should try and save money. Okay. This is a unique viewpoint, but it makes sense. I've got facts and science and everything behind it. I explained the idea behind it is that if you're earning £1,000 in the current rate of inflation, the current rate of expenses, and typically where everything's gone, outside of you living with your parents. Okay, yeah. If you put it in that sort of aspect, all right, yeah. There is nothing you can do with saving money from £1,000. You just can't. So you may as well just enjoy your life, right? I've always had the mentality that once you get enough money, you will save naturally. Okay. Take me, for example. Yeah. I've started earning enough money now to the point where I can pay my bills, pay off any previous debt that I've had, and save money naturally. I'm not having to take myself out of happiness or do anything that makes me want to enjoy my life. Yeah. To save. Because the bottom line behind it, bro, is that, right, so like this is it, right? So you're gonna go into a job in a minute, right? And you're gonna be earning whatever. We're not gonna go into it. But I'm gonna say X is the amount that you're earning, right? Yeah. X is the amount you're earning, but Y is the amount that you need to earn. Yeah. To live a life that you want to have. Whilst you're earning X, you could save up. So you're earning your X amount of money, and you're saving back £500 a month. Yeah. The idea behind it is that you're gonna save up to get yourself 20 grand for a deposit for a house. Yeah. Now, what people what people forget is that you put this £500 back, right, to save for the 20 grand. You put the 20 grand down. That's gonna then create an additional £500 that you have to pay every month anyway. So if you're saving yourself up whilst living with parents, this is just the one example I'm using. You're saving yourself £500 a month to take 20 grand. That's gonna take on average with your earnings, let's say for instance 15 years, right? Yeah. But you're not increasing your income. So your income is not increasing. You're then taking the £500 savings that you're putting into 20 grand, putting the 20 grand into, then you're paying an additional £500 a month. Your X amount has not increased. You're now paying for a house and not being able to save, but you have a house.
Yeah.
But what good is the house?
No, that makes sense.
Because your
that
income's
makes sense.
not come up. I always think you should live within your means. You should live where you're at. So I'm at a position now where I can save and live my life. I pay my rent, I pay my bills, I pay my phone, I go out, I see my boys, I book the odd thing away, I do this, and I pay my stuff.
Yeah.
And I can still save, which means that the money that I'm saving is excess money, right? It's not money I'm taking out of money for me to enjoy my life at a young age. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no. So the way. Okay, no, that makes sense what you said. The way I'm
woke, bro. I'm so woke.
The way I'm trying to word it is, let's put it in two scenarios. One of the scenarios you said was pretty good. So if you're not living in your house, let's say you're not living with your parents. Let's take that as an example. You live in like on your own, yeah. That's different. Yeah, you have to live to your means, innit? You're gonna have to pay this and pay that. But nowadays, everything's going up, so it's even harder. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. What I mean is like the way I say save money is because of like if you live at your parents' house, or if you're in how do I say it? Beneficial. If you're in like a state in life where you're very lucky and you're not paying for any bills and stuff like that, and I would have to say parents' house because that's the only thing I can think of. Save money.
Yeah,
and
if you
like when I mean save money, I mean the moment you get a job, like the moment whether is it 16 you get your national insurance card, or is it 15?
I don't know, bro. 16 you can work now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So like when you get your first job, or when you even start working from 18 and above, is start saving money. And you may be like, putting £100 is like a bit rubbish, putting £100, £200, blah blah. It's not great, but when you're like, when you're young, and I was like, what the hell are you looking at?
I think that might be Lewis Marshall's texting saying give us like 5-10.
Okay.
Potentially.
Oh, bro, you cut me off, man.
No, what I know. Yeah, once you said.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So basically, my bad. So when you're living in that situation, like after 18, to start saving money, yeah, it could be like £100, £200, but just keep on saving, because by the time you get a different job and a different job and a different job, because obviously the whole point is, I know what you're saying, the X amount, but the goal is you're not going to stay in that job for 5 years, you know what I mean, and not go up the ladder.
Yeah.
Unless you're literally just living to your means, like unless you're living to have fun, like literally. The whole point is, if you get a job, what most people should do. This is why I wish I had the mindset now, like a lot younger. Like I would go up the ladder if I was 18 and I had a job, because that's when I started working like properly. When I was 16, I had a lot of part-time job, but when I properly started working, I was 18. If I went up the ladder in that company, I'll be making dumb money now.
Yeah.
I'll be in a situation where I'll be having 2 houses. I wouldn't even be living in the UK probably. You know what I mean? I'll be making good money. And that's the point. Like, yeah, save, but you want to make that X into Y.
Yeah.
Like within that 5 years. That's what I mean. Like,
but
just
yeah,
save,
but,
but if you're in a situation on your own, bro, it's different. Yeah. If
nah,
you're
so
like,
that's my mentality as well. The same as what you're saying. But what I'm trying to say is that if you haven't got anything to do with the money, put it back. If you've got nothing to spend that money on, put it back, right? That fully makes sense.
Yeah.
So like you got £1,000, and even if you go out and enjoy your life and book a couple things and pieces, you still put back 400.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say is there's absolutely no reason in putting back money to save up for something if you're not sure that you're going to be at the position where financially each month what you're saving up for is affordable.
No, but you should save regardless. Like, I think, like, my situation is different. Right? I'll say I don't really care. I'll say I live at home at the moment. I got a lot easier than most people. Yeah. I save just to save, in it. And when the pandemic hit, I didn't work for so many months. I was cotch. Like I had enough money, like for me to just chill for the rest of the year if I wanted to. Like that's how well I saved. Like when some other people were like, damn it, I got bills to pay, I got this to pay, I got that to pay, I didn't pay. Like even if I had stuff like that to pay, I'll probably be like, you know what, I could probably pay it for 2 or 3 months. Like I've got enough backing, but then now I'd have to find like a home-based job.
Yeah.
Like it's that sort of thing. Like I think you should just do it worst case scenario. Like for myself, yeah, regardless of living at home is a bit different, but I think I'm pretty good, like, because I've got money just there. So if I stop working, I could like be chill for a little bit.
I think my biggest advice to anyone younger would be, and this is something that plagued me for years and years and years, is subject to where you can, keep your outgoings as low as possible. That's my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Rather than saving, keep your outgoings to as low as possible. Like these monthlies, these putting cars on finance, phones,
bro,
tablets, TVs. Don't do none of that. Save, like, wait until you've got the money just to buy it. So that's the things that I'd recommend people save for. So like, I want to buy a new TV and it's £1,000. I'm gonna put back 300 a month to buy the TV. Cool, get the TV done. That's it. I want to save up for a holiday to Spain. Cool, get the Spain holiday done. Leave it at that. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say at the young age put yourself out of living your life for the sake of trying to get a house early or get this early, because the bottom line is that when you can afford that, it will come.
No.
When you're on a monthly income that will warrant you having a house, it will come.
No, I agree with you. Like for my situation, like I've had people say this is a part where I actually kind of agree with what you said, as in saying when you got the like enough money, then like kind of spend to your means and stuff like that. This is why I actually agree with you. Like a lot of people have said to me, but I'm out on myself today, bro. So I don't obviously drive at the moment. So a lot of people are saying to me, why don't you drive? I'm like, yo, everything's going up. Petrol's going up. Cars costing a lot more. Like, why do I need to drive? Like, what's the point? And they're like, nah, like it's basically like learning to swim or learning to ride a bicycle. Like once you know it, you just know it. I'm like, that's true. But in my head right now is what you just kind of said. I want to get to a point where I'm earning so much money, or where I've saved up so much money, I could be like, all right, cool. Now I could buy this. Like some people see £1,000 in their bank account, they spend 900. Other people see £1,000 in a bank account, they spend 200. I got that second mindset. So until I get like an X amount or whatever Y it is in my bank account, then I'll spend this and I'll spend that. And that's what I'm on right now. And people might be like, oh, you're a bit silly where you are. I'm like, listen, man, everything's going up and I kind of got a crotch.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know who's a silly one right now. So
yeah, true.
Like,
well,
let me just build myself up. And then when I do, I'm going to do what I want to do.
I think to summarize it, the most important thing, I think you'll probably agree with this, I think I can roll it into something we can both agree on, is you need to understand yourself and what you actually want in the future. Like for me, for instance, like I don't want to buy a house because my bottom line end goal is to not be in the UK. So what's the point of me owning a house here?
Fair.
Yeah? Like, I could get myself a bonus income, but it's also added extras that I need to worry about whilst leaving. My bottom line is that by the time I'm, say, 35, I want to go and settle somewhere else. Yeah. So I'm not ever going to save up for a house. So I'm living to save up for what I want to save up for.
Yeah, okay.
You got to understand what you want. If you don't need a car in the future, why save up to do lessons? If you don't need this, why save up? So I think the bottom line is, to summarize it, is you need to understand yourself, which has been an overall sort of Gandhi episode today. Understand yourself and understand like what you want your money for before you decide what you're going to use your money for.
Yeah. That's 100% right. I agree with that. Learn who you are. Be like, listen, this is the target. Because I got set goals and you've got set goals, and what you're making and what I'm doing aligns with our set goals. Yeah. And 100%. That's all that really matters. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But listen, to everyone that's been watching, this is nothing else to do. We've been giving you a bit of insight to
random stuff.
We went from like last week was like we had no idea what we're talking about anything. Yeah. To this week is like apparently now like we're literally Jesus. Yeah. Reincarnate. Do you know
talking about some deep stuff.
And if you want to come to our TED Talks, we're going to be on those. If any of you need any relationship counselling advice, we're obviously doing that as well.
But that's really it, man, to be honest. Guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, go and comment below. Just give us different type of topics. It'd be interesting to know what you guys want to hear us talk about. And that's really it. I would say, obviously, if you're hearing us audio-wise, just check our YouTube channel. Drop a comment below.
Subscribe,
subscribe,
hopefully, by the time you're viewing this as well, our actual videos will be on Spotify, because apparently they're doing video podcasts. So, subscribe, share, all of those stuff.
Yeah. Let's get on that.
abuse us. If you don't think we're talking about what you want to talk about, or if you think we're wrong, argue with us. Argue with me.
Yeah, definitely. Tell us what you like, what you dislike. Are we
Easy.
wrong? Are we right? Do you want to see more about dating on a previous one? Stuff like that. Just let us know.
I can almost guarantee you now, and Abdi will tell you, I'll win 90% of arguments with anyone. Anyone.
Never.
Fact. But yeah, peace.
Yeah, cool. Peace
See you in a
out.
bit.
There's nothing else to do.